Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Okay. Good morning. I don't know who's on here, and I don't know who can hear me. But whoever can hear me today, I need you to do me a favor and share this video. We've been on a movement for the past few years, and the movement has been human rights in Africa and all over the world. Unfortunately, it seems like the more we claim to be free in Nigeria and Africa in general, the less we are free. Today is a very sad day. Very, very sad day in the history of Nigeria and black people altogether. Normally I say hello, good morning to all of you amazing guys that are here. But I'm not going to do that this morning because I feel like we all come here and shoot breeze every day. And this is supposed to be an entertainment as opposed to a movement. I'm wearing a bandana on my arm today in respect to a young man that was killed in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria. Yeah, the question will be, why? What happened? A young man was killed in Nigeria because his brother, 2011, was considered to be gay. Not that the guy was gay. Somebody said, he might be gay. Right? So they threatened his life, and the young man supposedly ran away from Nigeria. Fast forward, 2016, 5 years later, 10 young men showed up at this person's house. The young man that was killed was in the house with his mother, right in front of his mother. He was beaten to death because they thought he was gay. See? You gotta give me a moment, because when I think about the fact that I have a son that could be killed because they think or somebody thought he might be gay, it breaks my heart. Hi Uncle Dayo, hi Kumba, thank you so much for sharing the video. I need you guys to share this video, it's very important. We can't continue to be quiet. I'm going to read you a poem that I want us to start this conversation with. So bear with me. I am a mother of 4 kids. I cannot imagine any one of my children beaten to death in front of me for nothing. They did nothing. And even if they did something, even if one of my kids was Jeffrey Dahmer, I still don't want them lynched. And I'm sure neither do you. So bear with me for a second. Let's go to the poem. This particular conversation we're having is not about homosexuality, by the way. Hello, Dio. It's not about homosexuality. It's about our moral compass in Nigeria that's way gone left. Actually, we don't even have a moral compass anymore as far as I'm concerned. Because we're all living in Oyo on our own. And that's not how a country grows or becomes stabilized. Okay? This is not about homosexuality. This is about our moral conscience. Spiritual integrity, because we go to church. 5 churches on each motherfucking block. Excuse me. I'm not supposed to get angry today, because today was supposed to be a great day. Yesterday was a very angry day, and I meditated today to stay level. So I will stay level. No cursing, but I hope you guys get the point. Aki, share this video for me. Olubumi, share this video for me. Please, it's very important to me that we start to understand that what we're doing on Facebook is not just to shoot breeze and have fun. I don't spend an hour of my life sitting here, opening a window into my life so that people can just come here and joke. Yes, you know, majority of my jokes come from a very, very painful place in my life. I joke about things that brought me pain. I joke about cancer. I talk about cancer in front of you guys. I talk about half of my breast being taken off for a purpose. So people understand that it's okay. I talked about getting new bazookas because half of my breast was taken out because I became a member of the Big C. It's not easy for anybody that's a parent to sit here and speak about another parent having to watch their child beaten to death because somebody thought he was gay. And the guy wasn't gay. Not that it's okay to kill gay people. This isn't about gay. 2 weeks ago, we talked about a 7-year-old that stole Gary, that was beaten to death, and everybody kept making excuses. It's a one-time thing. Hey, people, it's a one-time thing to somebody else today. Tomorrow, it might be you walking down the block, and they said, he swishes a little bit too much. That guy looks too gay because all his colors match. You know how you Nigerian people, Nigerian men like to be fly. Today is a very sad day. So today, in honor of the young man that died, I am wearing a bandana, a bow tie on my arm for the rest of the day. People's lives should matter in Nigeria. We can't continue to turn away from things that are so very, very important. My heart is broken. I cried this morning. So I had to do a meditation with you guys. Because I knew that I was praying that if we meditated first, maybe we'll be able to stay centered during this conversation. Because you know that once Mojikwa comes out, Egbe don nako. And I can't afford Mojikwa to come out on this one. Because we really, really need to understand the concept here. So now bear with me while I read you a poem. You know, music and poetry is everything to me. I couldn't find the right music. I thought I was going to go with zombie, but I decided not to because that would be too insulting. Majority of you guys are double PhD and triple and quadruple PhDs. So, because you guys are so well educated, I'm not going to give you Fela today. I'm going to give you a poem that I need to resonate with in your spirit, that I need you to drink with your morning coffee or tea, wherever you are in the world. And if it's lunchtime, wherever you are, I would like you to please go to church and have conversations with your pastors, because there's too much wickedness in the country that has 5 churches on every block. A 7-year-old boy was burnt to death and you guys did nothing. 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 Not a single person stood up for that kid. Now, a young man was killed in front of his mother because his brother that was thought to be gay ran away 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And 10 young men took it upon themselves to go to the compound and kill the only man in the house. People, what are we doing? We're so caught up in the madness of chasing money, we forgot morality is gone in our culture. Morality is gone. Spiritual integrity, 0. Because all the pastors want, majority of them, 95% of the pastors, all they want is your 10%. Nobody tells the truth anymore. So here we go. Remember, this is a poem. I didn't write this. It says, remember, the mob is not always a band of criminals. Very often, they are ordinary, everyday folks like you and I. Hatred, bigotry. Let's examine our conscience and ask ourselves how are we contributing to this? All it takes for evil to prevail is for good people to do nothing. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good people like you and I to do nothing. So where do we go from here? What stops any of us from being killed on suspicion that some relative is gay? We have become the Nazi Germany. How do we protect our family and friends back home? How do we protect ourselves from malicious rumors? We need to speak up. We need to start to speak up. When you see something wrong going on, speak up. When you see a man beating his wife, speak up. When you see a man taking bribery, speak up. When you see a little boy being beaten into a pulp because he stole something because he was hungry, speak up. When you see a man that's hungry or a child that's hungry with no shoes, buy them shoes, speak up. Everyone, each and every one of you and I, we have a responsibility to society. Because that child that we believe is not got nothing to do with us could be our child. My son could be walking down the block. My son could be walking down the block in Nigeria. This is why my kids will never go to Nigeria. Ever. I was toying with the thought of going to Nigeria because I had such hopes and such passion for bringing Nigeria back, if I may borrow Trump's words. I was so sure my purpose was destined to go to Nigeria and revolutionize things and, not caring about my life. But when we start to allow people to kill innocent children, when we start to allow people to kill innocent people in front of their mothers, you guys are parents. To those of you that are parents, imagine 10 people barging into your home, dragging your son out. Your son did nothing wrong. Your child did nothing wrong. And they dragged him out and they beat him to death in your face. Imagine what that feels like. Imagine what it feels like to be a parent, like the parent of the 7-year-old boy that was beaten to death. And then a tire was put on his neck, actually. He wasn't beaten to death. That would have been kind. They beat this small 7-year-old boy that stole Gary. They beat him so badly he was lifeless. And then they put a tire on his neck and they burnt him to death. And people kept making excuses. He stole the phone. He stole this. What? So what he stole something? If you were hungry, you would steal too. I would steal Gary if I was hungry at my age. Seriously speaking. We have to look past. We have to look past ourselves, beyond ourselves. Because when I am gone, I am going to be able to go to sleep dead, knowing fully well that I did my share to contribute to a better world. What are you guys doing? Are you just coming to breakfast with Moji and chit-chatting and having fun and blowing smoke? What do you do in your daily lives? What do you do in your daily life? Do you speak up for the underdog? What do you do in your daily life? Seriously speaking, the life that Nigerians live, and I'm not talking about my Nigerians, my people, look, in Nigeria, they created a law that gay people go to jail. Anybody that associates with people, go to jail. If you're a doctor and you treat a gay man, you're going to jail. Half of your politicians that are in office, that are running your country, they are gay. I said so. Tell them I said so. And if they need names, I will give you names. Half of your politicians are in Abuja every Thursday at a particular hotel that we all know, doing the do. So, half. I didn't say 1/4. I didn't say 1/10. I said half. This is not even a gay issue. This is a human rights issue. This is not a gay issue. This is a human rights issue. What are you doing to better the future? What have you done? You come on breakfast with Moji, you shoot breeze, you talk, we laugh, we cry, we do whatever. Right? We do whatever each day. Breakfast with Moji, 1 hour, hey, let's go. 1,000 views on a video I did yesterday. But what are you doing further that? Past that. When I was doing a video and 20 people saw it, I didn't care. Because I knew that if I change the mind of one person, I've done my job. One person. How can we continue to allow people, and it's not all Nigerians, all these politicians are not arresting people. They're not really, I know judges that are gay in Nigeria, and they're married. And their wife knows they're gay. I know people's wives in high places that are gay. because they've told me they are. My job is not to out anybody. My job is to speak power into truth. That's my job, because that's the job that God sent me. My job is not to out anybody. But imagine if more people came out and said I'm gay. Like more people, yesterday I was daring black people to go and do better. Imagine if more people said, come out and say, hey, I'm gay, I'm bisexual, I'm trisexual. Not that sex has anything to do with people getting killed, but it does. Part of our morality is designed. Everything we do in Nigeria revolves around sex. Actually, everything we do in the whole world revolves around sex. And people want to brush it off like it's nothing. Most men go to school to get a good job so they can have good sex with a pretty girl. Most women go to school to get a great job so they can have good sex. Everything revolves around sex, but we want to pretend like it doesn't exist in Africa. Are you kidding me? Go to places like Germany where people are free to be who they are. There's very little crime. You can walk the streets at 3 a.m. Very little crime. All these people that are continuously, I'm looking at all the NGOs the other day in Nigeria. As part of the law, it says that if you associate with gay people, people that practice homosexuality, you're supposed to be in jail. Why are all these NGOs, not for profit, that are functioning? I mean, they're not undercover. All these not for profit. Why are they not in jail? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to send people to jail. I'm just asking, Noni. If the average layman in Enugu is hiding, is put in jail, and people are strutting around in Lagos because their father's last name is huge. People are strutting around in Lagos because they're judges, because they're politicians, because they're this, they're that. There's a problem in Nigeria. We have a huge problem in Nigeria. A huge problem in Nigeria. We can't continue to hide and pretend like Jesus Christ said this. I had a girl that I really respect a lot quote the Bible to me the other day. And the first thing I said to her was, guess what? I went to school. I studied the Bible. I know a lot about the Bible. And I also met God in his truest form. And he told me that I am fine. He created me, Mojisola Percy, the way he saw fit. We're now killing people because we think they're gay. No longer because they are gay. See? It's not about gay or straight or crooked. A few years ago in Port Harcourt, four boys from beautiful opulent families went into the wrong neighborhood to collect money from someone that owed one of them money. The kids started shouting, thief, thief. The person that came to collect money and all his friends that came with him, just because, that's why I don't let my kids hang out in packs. They killed him. They killed all four of them. I think that case was considered the Alufo or something. Excuse my accent. And nobody did anything. We didn't say anything because it wasn't us. It wasn't in my backyard. It wasn't my brother. It wasn't my cousin. Let me tell you something. Soon the poor are going to get so hungry they have nothing to eat but the rich. It's already happening. One day you'll wake up in Nigeria and your son will be dragged out of your home because somebody thought he was gay. I'm going to give you something very good to sink your teeth in. This you can have with your lunch. Bear with me. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak. Because first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out. Because I was not a socialist. Then they come for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out. Because I was not a trade unionist. Wow. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out. Because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me. Then they came for me. And there was no one else. No one left to speak for me. I will read this once again to you guys. Because this is heart-wrenching. This is heartbreaking. Let me give it to you again. This is a poem. I didn't read it. I didn't write it. I wish I had. Because this is brilliant. First, they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Wow. Wow. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. My people, oh my God, this is deep. Then there was no one left, and they came for me. Let me tell you, you guys continue to say, oh, I'm not gay. Oh, I'm not this. Oh, I'm not that. I'm not Muslim. So when they're killing the Muslims, the Christians go, oh, I'm not Muslim, so it's okay. When they killed the Hausas, in Boko Haram was in Hausa land, we did nothing. We sat there and kept saying, they're killing themselves. The herdsmen are killing themselves. Then it trickled into the Western region. Boko Haram did, because nobody did anything. Then they took 200 girls, because we did nothing. And even then, we did nothing. Because you can't tell me nobody saw anything. We did nothing. We have been raised in a land of hush-hush. We've been raised in a land where you see something, you pretend like you didn't see it and keep walking, because it's not you. We've been raised in a land where we see children crying and hungry. We continue to walk because it's not us. We see gay people being killed left, right, and center. We do nothing because we're not gay. Because we are not gay. Boko Haram was killing people in the north. We did nothing because we were not northerners. In the oil region, the pirates were stealing oil. We did nothing either because we didn't sell oil. Now everything is crazy in Nigeria because the oil trade is horrible. It's a scary business. It's a life-threatening business. People get killed for being at the wrong place by the pirates because we do nothing. In Lagos, area boys were tiffing land all over the place. They took 6 plots from me in Aja. Millions. Nobody did anything because it wasn't them. Area boys will come to you where you're building your land, on your land that you paid for, to get bribes. So you can use your money, your sweat, your equity, your mentality to build on your land. Area boys will come and collect money and shut your business down. We did nothing. We paid them off. The cops will stop you on the street corner and say, auntie, how far? How far means give me a bribe. How far means give me money. And they'll delay you there for hours unless you give them that money. We did nothing. Jonathan's wife built $1 billion hotel in a goddamn town that has no tarred roads. We did nothing. How long are we going to continue to do nothing? How long are you going to continue to say and do nothing? How long? Are you going to start getting up and standing up when they come to your house and drag your child out and kill him right in front of you? Or are you going to wait for them to kill you? Your politicians aren't going to say shit because what they did by putting that 14-year law into effect was to distract you from all the madness that was going on and you fell for it. Educated people in Nigeria, the taxi cab driver is Nigerian. In Nigeria, is a PhD holder. They can't get a job. You guys are worried that when you drive down Lekki Expressway or bridge, somebody is going to clunk you on the head and drag you out of your Range Rovers, right? You know, just start. Because until you start to stand up for human rights, until you start to stand up and say no more bullshit, until you start to stand up and say we're not going to allow our people to continue to get killed. When you see somebody doing something wrong, you stop them. That child, that boy, I watched that video and my heart broke into a zillion pieces. Not 1,000, no, a zillion pieces. Because there was more than 50 people standing around. More than 50 people standing around watching this thing happen. And only one person said, take him easy. Take him easy was not the thing to do. Take the stick from him and beat the crap out of him himself. That was the way to go. I'm not asking you to kill him all, because that would absolutely not be right. But I'm saying they could have subdued that man. Because I understand that we're all suffering in Nigeria. It's easy for me to sit here as a lesbian woman that's marrying a woman to speak up because I'm in America. A lot of Nigerians, all they do is go to parties. They have private parties in Abuja in a hotel every Thursday. Moji said so. I'm not outing anybody. In Lagos, the same shit. It's a lot of politicians and a lot of rich men and women that control the country. 10%. And out of that 10% of people that are rich, at least 6%, oh, that's too much. Let me give them 5% of them are gay. Gay, bisexual, or trisexual. I have access to a lot of info. The day I decide to go postal and name people, but I ain't ready for that shit, yeah? Because then I know they will do some voodoo and send some shit up this way. And you guys won't speak up for me either. See? You used people's heads to break the coconut. Yeah, I get it. That's what we do as Nigerians. You use people's head, like people's like me. You use our heads to break the coconut. You don't care if we end up with a tumor, a contusion, a concussion. You don't give a horse's ass. Because we are saying the things that you believe. We are saying the things that you don't have the balls to say. You guys should be posting stuff on your page instead of posting your food all the time. Like, really? You guys should be socially conscious as well. It shouldn't just be people like me that come out here. You think I like what I do? I do, because I feel like I'm making a slight bit of a difference. But you guys are not backing me up. You're in my inbox instead of being on my page saying, hey, I support you. You're in my inbox saying, oh, I like what you're doing. Instead of going on my page and saying, Moji kudos, shuku for you, Moji. So that other people that have a voice that want to speak out can speak out. But if it's only a lone voice, just like me driving my Mercedes-Benz down the block in a white neighborhood in America, and they stopped me because they're not used to seeing black people in Mercedes-Benzes in that area. As they stopped me, other people were going in Bentleys, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar. The same thing here. People tell me I'm crazy all day long. Yes, I am crazy. I am passionately crazy about my walk. This is not about me. This is about the future generations. I'm 52 years old. I live in America. So what? I never get to go to Nigeria. I didn't go to Nigeria for 22 years anyways. So what is the difference? I have family, they won't talk to me because I'm gay. Or maybe because I'm a little cray-cray as well. But generally because I'm gay. I have friends that won't talk to me because I'm gay in Nigeria. Now I get it. But what I don't understand is, how come the rich people don't get busted for being gay? They strut around in Ikoyi in their plaid pants with their matching with their discolored plaid talking about Jesus Christ. A lot of you men are sweeter than sugar cane. My gaydar is sharper than the goddamn antenna of the TV. I look at a lot of you guys on Facebook pretending to be straight. And I just want to laugh. I actually had a friend that's gay that came on my show and talked about how he doesn't approve homosexuality, but he loves me. And I'm like, I was going to do it. You know, that move. Shove it in. Shove your love. Imagine if more people stood up tall and said, hey, no more. That's all I'm saying. No more. Imagine if you guys, instead of talking shit on your Facebook all day, posting your fancy, talk about this social event. Talk about things that are currently going on. Talk about saving human beings. Talk about why we need to invest in our country. Talk about moral compass. Where the hell is our moral compass in Nigeria? We don't have one. We don't have one. We don't have one because we're too busy looking for a fizzy, quick money so we can pretend to live a large life. We're too busy faking we're doing oil and mineral. Sometimes I ask people, is it Fanta or Coca-Cola? Oh, maybe it's Crisco. Let's be real, people. Let's be real. Social media was put on this thing to create social awareness, social consciousness. Mark went to Nigeria in a t-shirt. The guy that owned Facebook. The people that worked for him showed up in a three-piece suit. Think about it. In Nigeria, where the goddamn weather is like 100 and something degrees. When I think of Nigeria these days, I used to be so passionate about Nigeria. Oh my God. I was retiring to a village in Nigeria. Yes, I was, me and my gay self. I was going to retire to Nigeria in a little village. I can't even go home. And I wouldn't dare go home. And I'm so grateful, because when I realized how dangerous what I do, Moji do, when I realized how dangerous it was, now I can understand why my cousins don't claim me. Now I understand why my sisters don't talk to me. Now I understand why my sisters pretend like they don't know me, even though they're on my Facebook page, and won't say happy birthday on my birthday. That shit was hurtful. I think I got about 2,000 happy birthdays on my birthday. None came from my immediate blood family. And I have over 25 on my Facebook page. Now I get it. So now, if you guys are on this page or listening to me, I forgive all of you. Because who wants to die? Because they're related to me. Do you know the burden that I carry as a beautiful, intelligent, should I add sexy, black business owner, woman, that struggled in America for years to become who she became? And people are ashamed to claim me. But I ain't mad at you. I'm really not upset with you anymore. I used to cry. I used to feel bad. But I've been blessed by God with amazing friends and family all over the world that are not ashamed of who I am. It's sad. It's really, really sad that Nigerians are absolutely more or less, that we don't have an ounce of compassion. 10 people walked into the compound of someone else. In what other planet could that happen? And they dragged the woman's son out. They dragged the young man out because somebody thought his brother was gay 5 years ago. So they come looking 5 years later. 5 years later, they come into this woman's compound and they dragged her son out. That's not gay. Doesn't even know jack about gayness. And they beat him to death in front of the mother. And nobody did anything. Let me tell you how you can do something. Good morning, Uncle Wale. Let me tell you how you can do something. You guys go to church every goddamn Sunday and you sit there and you shout hallelujah and you praise God. You continue to try to buy your, you continue to try and buy your way out of things by giving the pastors all your money in return for salvation. I'm going to tell you how cheap salvation is. Salvation is so cheap. It's so inexpensive. It's ridiculous. How do we get salvation? Salvation we get. How do we get salvation? Simple. Salvation we get by walking in Christ's shoes. You know how I'm always saying I'm not Jesus Christ, because I'm not Jesus Christ. I have my own coin. I have my own craze. I am not Jesus Christ, but I walk in the shoes of Jesus Christ. How can any human being that believes in God? I am beginning to lose faith. I called somebody last week and said, I'm thinking of turning to Ifa. Because there's no way Christianity. There's no way Christianity. They're not serving God. There's no way. And I'm not upset today, I promise you. I'm just very passionate about what I believe. There's no way Christians could be serving God. Buddhists are serving God. In Buddhism, we're told to love all of God's children. We are told to love all of God's children in Buddhism. When a mosquito falls on you, he's God's child. You can't kill it. You can't. But in Christianity, we have been dissected. We've been told this one is not good. We've been told that one is not good. We've been told this one is not good. Are you God now? Just last week, I was talking about converting to Ifa. Let me tell you why I didn't go to Ifa. When Ifa tells you don't go left and you go Egbe go Nako, at least Christianity, you can get on your knees and do 7 Hail Marys if you're Catholic. Everybody wants to blame the devil. Do you know who the devil is? Me and you. Everybody is built in the image of God. God is in you. The devil is in you. The thing that God did that you guys don't understand. And I didn't understand it until I went to school to become a minister to start to preach. But I couldn't stand in front of people and preach and live a lie. So I said, if I'm going to live an authentic life, then I can preach the word of God, which is not what you guys are being taught in church. Because the word of God is love thy neighbors according to thyself. Nothing more. Sorry. Because if it was more than that, when Jesus Christ himself was on earth, he would not have walked with the poor. He would not have gone to be with sick people. He would not have gone to Lazarus. He would not have gone to a lot of the places. By the way, I realized, because the love of my life said to me one day, Moji, you're trying to save the world. Did you notice that Jesus Christ, he will be in a group of thousands of people and he will save one person? I never thought about it. She said he will save one person. Basically, the message is, we can't save the world, but you can save one person at a time. You can't save the world. You can save one person at a time. When you see your brothers and sisters, gay, black, white, green, no matter what color they are, being mistreated, you got to do something. When you see a gay man being taunted, you got to do something. When you see a woman being all her clothing are ripped off of her because some idiot moron, weary, that should be in a mental home, is taunting and teasing her, you got to say something. You have to say, stop it. Because once a bully is faced head on, they stop. The only reason why bullies continue to do what they do is because none of us are doing anything. Not a single one. I love God. I love church. I stopped going to church because they've told me I'm an abomination for most of my life, and I realized I'm not. This isn't just about homosexuality. This is about our spiritual and moral conduct. Because as Africans, as Nigerians, I have lost faith in my people. I have lost. You remember I used to come on and say, oh, Niger power, let's go and open up a business in Niger. Hell no. Why would I? So they can put a tie on my neck and burn me. All this sexy for nothing. Are you kidding? I work out like a beast. Go to the gym, work. I read the Bible. I meditate. I do this. I do that. For what? So I can go to Nigeria and they can come to my house and drag me out and put a tie on my neck. But you know one thing I noticed though? They don't do this with rich people. So is it that we don't like ourselves as poor people? Is it the economical structure that stops people? I've never seen anybody dragged out in Ikoyi. I've never heard of anybody arrested in Lekki that's gay. And I know a lot of them motherfuckers, especially in Lekki. Ooh, a lot of those guys are sweeter than sugarcane. A lot of your top musicians are gay. A lot of your pastors are gay. A lot of your judges are gay. Imagine if people had the balls to stand up and say, hey, I'm gay. How many can they put in jail? Martin Luther King gave me, Moji, the right, the passage to be in America. Yes. Malcolm X fought for my right to be able to sit here today and be a business owner in America. The list goes on and on. Awolowo will die 10 times over in his grave if he knew what Nigeria has turned to. It's a sad time we're living in, folks. When are we going to start to speak up? Are you going to wait till your son gets dragged out of your house in Nigeria? To all you guys that live in America and think it doesn't touch you, as long as you're going to be stepping your foot in Nigeria, it touches you. And even if it doesn't touch you here, what if your cousin was dragged out of their house in front of their mother and beaten to death? What if your nephew went to the store and somebody says, oh, thief, and they beat him so well and put a tie on his neck? What then would you do? See, now is when you should start doing something. Oh, remember I have been preaching, be proactive, not reactive. All this in Black Lives Matter, Black lives must not matter to black people. Why then should they matter to white people? We live in Nigeria. Nigeria is run by black people now. You can't go there and say it's a white man. It's what the white man did to us. 60 goddamn years you've been on your own. What have you done? What have you done? You've raped your motherland. You've sucked all the milk out of her nipples and left nothing. What have you done? What have you done to improve the life of your country? Are you one of those that you don't give a shit because your uncle is Senator Kinikon? Or your aunt is this one? Like I said yesterday on my show, your last name carries a lot of weight. On purpose. Because I, as a gay woman, I repeat, I, as a gay woman, I would not be out if my father was out today. Because I would be scared for his life. I was afraid of embarrassing my father. So I lived a life for 40-something years. Tried to kill myself 3 times. Because I was considered an abomination in a land where I was born. Everywhere you turn in Nigeria, there's 5 churches on each block. And then there's a mosque. And then Woli this and Pastor this. And now Facebook is the new church. Because they don't have to have a building. They can acquire more people. And they're collecting 10% of your money. You Dundee United people are giving them 10%. There's a guy in Queens. He called me and said, join my team, Moji. Join my team and I'll make you a millionaire within 6 months. And I said, no, thank you. Because my soul ain't for sale. I said no. And because I have been standing my ground. And because I, Moji Sola, have been standing in my truth. I've been offered a TV show in Nigeria. I just can't talk about the gay thing. I've been offered a radio show in Nigeria. I just can't talk about the gay thing. But hey, the gay is part of who I am. Like I said, this particular issue is not gay, straight, crooked, or anything like that. This particular issue is a human rights issue. It's a moral issue. It's a spiritual issue. Because if 10,000 people can sit in that church of that guy that wears white all the time, and then another million all over the world is sitting there like fucking zombies looking at the TV so the guy can tell them ish and collect their 10%. If 60,000 people can listen to a pastor, Facebook pastor that wears a hat backwards, talk fluff all day, and you guys can give them their 10%. Oh my show. Shame on you. Shame on you and shame on me for not doing for my brothers and sisters. I am wearing today, it's not much. I want you guys to go find a black tie, a black thread, a black scarf, a black anything. I want you to take a picture of yourself with this tied around your sleeve. I will post a picture of me with this tied around my sleeve. I'm walking town today like this. In honor of the young man, I was asked not to say his name so his family would not be disgraced or put their lives put in danger, not disgraced, because the boy was not gay. And that's what broke my heart. I am gay. I claim it. I own it. I am a woman that's marrying a woman. I own it. But this young man was not gay. I ask you in his honor today to please do me a favor. Take a picture. Yeah? Take a piece of black cloth and tie it around your, it could be your wrist, it could be your arm, it could be your leg, it could be anywhere. Today, just one day. Because anything happens, you guys quickly change your picture, your profile picture to this bullshit. In Ireland, in this and that. Oh, they have to scratch their ass. Mosquito beat them in their ass in Mexico. You guys stand up for them, right? You're standing up for everybody. I'm asking you to stand up for this one boy. This one man that was killed in front of his mother because somebody said he was gay and it wasn't. I'm asking you to take a piece of cloth and tie it around your wrist, your arm, your wrist, your leg. I don't care, your neck, put it as a bandana on your head. I will post my picture. And under that picture that I post, I want you to post yours as a comment. Let's show this young man that even though he's gone, his life means something. Let's start to show respect to people while they're alive. Let's not wait till they die. Because I'm sure when he was getting killed, the neighbors had something, but they didn't come out. I'm sure the police heard something and nobody did anything to stand up for him. I, Mojisola Percy, I am going to stand up for this young man today. And I'm asking you guys to stand up with me in solidarity. For this young man whose life was taken in front of his mother. I am a mother. I cannot imagine my child. Hey! The teacher that said nonsense to my kid and said, stupidly mentioned that, oh, you know, black kids are not a... What? Button. I jumped in my car and drove to the school and displayed mental. Till today, my son is a rock star in his school. Let alone somebody tried to kill my child. They will kill me that day too. Even if the kid was gay, he did not deserve to die. I called a very reputable Nigerian lawyer because there was a kid in, I forget, somewhere in Nigeria. Nigerian reputable lawyer that I love, I respected, and said, I need help. There's a Nigerian young man that's been arrested. He's about to go to jail for 14 years because somebody said he's gay. He asked me, is he gay? They asked me, is he gay? I said, I don't know, but I think he is from the way he sounds. Because, you know, gay people, we recognize each other. There's this thing, it's like a Yoruba man, I say Yoruba man, I know because his nose is crooked or something. There's just this energy. It's called gaydar. My gaydar is very sharp. He asked me, is he gay? I said, I think he is. He goes, well, he broke the law. Wait. So he should go to jail because he fell in love with a man or because God created him gay? God created me the way I am. I didn't create myself. So are you telling me that you know better than God? Are you telling me that you are God? Don't get it twisted though. When I said God lives in each and every one of us, the same way he lives in you is the same way he lives in my gay body. Abomination, but it's the truth. The same way God lives in you as a straight person is the same way God lives in me as a gay person. I actually know gay people that are doing more for humanity, human rights, and the whole world than I do straight people, believe it or not. It's time we stop the madness. It's time we stop the madness. When you post your picture under my thing, you're going to hashtag it. We stand up for you. You're going to hashtag it. We stand up for you. I realized today I'm a wimp. I used to think all this gra-gra I used to do, I'm such a softie because my heart breaks every day. And I don't know why God created us. That fight for human rights. We are so soft human beings. Hashtag that picture. We are going to stand up for you because nobody stood for him when he was alive. The man was not gay. And even if it was gay, Kai, imagine me getting beaten to death. I don't even care about that. But my child being beaten to death in front of me, unacceptable. We have to start to stand up. I'm sorry. Tomorrow is Freaky Friday. We're going to come back and we're going to have fun tomorrow. But for the past few days, a lot of shiggity has been going down. I'm going to read the poetry again. The poem states, wow. The poem states, first they came for the socialists and I did not speak up because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist and I did not speak up because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me and there was no one left to speak for me. Let's not wait till it's us that's being killed. Let's not wait till it's our cousin, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers that's been killed to speak up. Let's start to speak up when we see injustice. Speak up when you see somebody getting bullied on Facebook. Speak up when you see people doing the wrong things. This happened in Nigeria, in Abuja. It's all over the place. The same way 7 weeks ago, they beat a 7-year-old child that stole Gary. And people were making excuses. He stole Gary. Even if he stole the White House, no one deserves to die. We have to start to speak up. Today I ask you, today is December 15. I'm going to ask you again. Put a bandana on your arm, a black scarf, in honor of the young man that was beaten to death. We will stand up and speak up for him. I need you guys to please, when you post your picture, hashtag it. Hashtag we stand up for you. And tag me, Moji Solar Percy. All lives matter, even the gay ones. Allow God to be the judge of people. Allow God to make his decision about each and every one that we meet. None of us are Jesus Christ. We're all sinners just breezing through this earth. The most we can be is Christ-like. When Jesus saw things that was wrong, he spoke up. Just stop going to church and warming the seats for fefferity purposes. Start to walk in the shoes of Christ and allow God and the universe to direct you. But we must start to speak up. Today, we're speaking up. Thank you, Miriam. We are speaking up. We are standing up for the young man that died in Abuja. He was pulled out of his house by 10 men because they thought he was his brother, who was thought to be gay in 2011. We're in 2016, and somebody can walk into somebody's compound and drag them out of their house and beat them to death in front of their mother. We're all mothers. Close your eyes and envision your child being... I can't. I can't. But if you can, if you're brave enough, close your eyes and envision your child that's not gay, that has done nothing wrong, dragged out of his home, in your compound, and beaten to death. And nobody stood up for him. Today we're going to stand up. We're going to put a black scarf or bandana or tie or bow tie, whatever, on our arm, our head, our leg. And we're going to hashtag it. We stand up for you. This is Moji Solar Percy coming to you from Breakfast with Moji. I speak power into truth with a very unique voice. Sometimes it's tears. Sometimes it's comedy. Sometimes it's sarcasm. But I will always tell you that I will speak the truth. My purpose is not to sit here in America and just be making money. My purpose is to shed light. To shed light. To be able to guide people to their promised land. To be able to guide people to the truth. And it's a very lonely place to be, by the way, because you don't know who's who. I cannot go home because I am gay. And you guys continue to allow it because you won't speak up and stand up for me. So because you won't speak up and stand up for me, people like me, people that are not gay are getting killed. When will enough be enough? When your son is dragged out in front of you and killed because they think he's gay. Or your daughter is murdered, gang raped, because they think she's gay. They came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Right now, they are coming for the gays. And you did not speak out because you were not a gay person. Then they will come for you and then there will be nobody to speak up for you. Let's start to speak up. Let's start to do the right thing. Let's start to spread love and not hate. Let's start to teach love and not hate. The Bible was not written to teach hate. Most churches teach hate. That's why I don't go to church. In each church that you go to, your pastors are sometimes gay. Most of the choir leaders are gay. Most, not all, but most are. God is love. Let's start to preach love. I am signing off. This is Mojisola Percy. Come back and spread the word about Freaky Friday. Let's get a groove on tomorrow. And let's wear the bandana on our arms. Take a picture and post it under my picture that I will post this morning. Or if you choose to post it on your page, that's fine. But do tag me. Tag me on that post, Mojisola Percy. And also, do me a favor, when you tag me on that post, make sure you tag it. Hashtag it. We stand up for you. I'm going to do the same thing on Instagram. And I'm going to do the same thing on Twitter. So if you have Instagram, look for me. If you have Twitter, look for me. We are going to stand up for this kid today. We stand up for a lot of people all over the world that have nothing to do with us. Today we're standing up for one of our own whose life was innocently taken. See you tomorrow at Breakfast with Moji. Namaste.